What I'd like to talk about is several new tools and technologies that have become available to range practitioners in recent years. It's a pretty exciting time to be in range management. Some things that were formerly impossible are about to become pretty commonplace for us, and the NRI database is an essential ingredient in making some of these things happen. I'll explain what I'm talking about here by offering some examples. The first example I'd like to discuss is called the Rangeland Analysis Platform. Most of you have probably heard of it. It came about thanks to a combination of several things coming together. There's some old technology in the form of Landsat data. It's been collected now for almost 40 years. That, with the increased computing power that we have nowadays, like the Google Earth engine, it's just become available in recent years, put together with long-term data sets with thousands of on-the-ground vegetation measurements that came from the NRI and the AIM database. When those ingredients came together and were processed with the most current remote sensing software, they've produced incredible information that's available to anyone via the internet. This has happened only over the last couple of years or so. So not only has the RAP tool offer vegetation cover in several classes of vegetation across the entire Western US on 30-meter pixel size, but it offers that same information across time from 1984 till the present. Just this morning, I showed somebody, a rancher in Montana, how to use the RAP data. You can see that it works a lot like navigating in Google Earth. You can pan around and zoom around a large map until you come to some place that you're interested in, and you merely draw a feature, maybe representing a pasture or some other management unit you're interested in. And besides the geographic representation that the map offers of the different classes of vegetation cover, perennial forbs, annual forbs, shrubs, trees, or bare ground, you can get a line graph that shows how those components have changed over time. All of this would not have been possible without the NRI data, and the AIM data, which was used to help train the remote sensing algorithms and field verify the results. Here's an example using RAP data to actually develop a spatial strategy for management of cheatgrass in Idaho. Idaho has something called the Cheatgrass Challenge, and RAP data using the annuals cover class was used to identify the focal areas for the Cheatgrass Challenge. Another example of using NRI data to create new tools with technology is called Grasscast. Grasscast is a forage prediction model that's available for rangelands in the Midwest and the Southwest. It's a forecasting tool. It will give you an idea about how much more or less grass your area will have, depending on what the precipitation is in May, June, July, and August. And NRI data is one of the ingredients that was used to produce these forecasts. Another example of a very recent tool is called Fuelcast.net. This is a biomass prediction tool and monitoring tool that was initially designed for use by fire management, and it has been recognized recently. It also has some application for forage casting as well. So they're actually producing FSA forage loss assessment reports with this tool. NRI data was indirectly influencing the forecasts in this tool. It's there as an ingredient, but it's not used as directly as it is in some of the other examples. The last example I'd like to mention is called the Rabbit tool, Rangeland Brush Estimation Tool. This is a tool that's being developed by the ARS in cooperation with NRCS. Its availability is across the various major land resource areas that you can see on the map on this slide. It's a true field scale assessment of woody plant cover. So it's a lot like the RAP tool's shrub or tree cover layer, but at a finer scale. NRI was used to develop this remote sensing product, and it continues to be development and applied to additional areas. A lot of these, I would say all of these examples are uses of the NRI data that was really unforeseen and beyond the original intended uses of NRI. But it turns out that when you have a data set this large and over this length of time, it all of a sudden lends itself to use in a lot of emerging technologies for range management. Seems like things are coming together in recent years in this direction, and I'm sure we're going to see more utility appear in the future.